Hey, welcome back to the Gross Tech Show. My name is Josh, and today we're going to look at how to, like I said, revert back to the original or the main firmware for Wyze Cam. So that's your version 2 or your pan, and why we're doing this is because if you have updated and changed your firmware to the firmware that allows you to use RTSP, we found out in the video here that, oops, if you're like me, you didn't read everything and found out that they're not really fully supporting it, that it's a, I don't want to say it's a beta version, but it's a, hey, this is here, but you can't get all the new features if you go that route. So, like I said before, sorry, oops, some people still may use the RTSP, like I'm not doing all my cameras back to the original main firmware. I'm leaving one with RTSP because that's really the main focus of why I need that camera there. So I don't need all the fancy new things coming out in the new firmwares, all the new features with it, but my other cameras I do, so I'm going to revert them back. Now this video is going to be very short compared to the how to install RTSP right up here. If you want to install it, it's up here, but if you want to get back to the original, that's this video. So like I said, it's going to be a shorter video because basically if you are where you're at with RTSP on your camera, you've already done most everything already, so I don't need to walk you through exactly step by step how to do it. Down in the description below, you'll have links to the version 2 and the pan main firmware. You just click on that, that takes you to Wyze's website, or you can just go to their website, go to the support page, and look for the Wyze firmware for whatever version camera you have. So you go to their site, you download the firmware from their site, and just like you did before, you take out your little SD card from your camera, and you load that firmware onto it, and just as you did before, put it in here, hold down the setup button and plug it in at the same time, wait for the blue yellow light in the back, and then once you get done flashing it correctly and you don't hear the annoying of having to redo this about 5 different times because it didn't hold long enough or whatever, it will reboot and do everything like you did before with RTSP putting it on here. And then you'll be back to the original firmware, and then you can go into the app, make sure you update it if you for some reason didn't get the latest original firmware. It will allow you to update it through the app, and you're back to using Wyze Cam as normal. Now I will say, if you're wondering, well, what am I losing? What am I missing out? Well, I can't go into full detail because a lot of that stuff's in beta. A, we can't really talk about what's in beta, and B, we're not sure if what's in beta firmware will be in the public release, what will come out to the public. So we don't want to give everything away, but just let you know, if you're using it as a security camera, you want to have this as the original or main firmware to get the new updates for the firmware, because there's some really, really cool and amazing and important things that are getting updated and features that will be in the new public releases versus RTSP. Now, if you're like me and you use one in your nursery and you use it for monitoring your kids, babies, we use it for when they're napping and stuff like that, to be able to view it on my desktop, to be able to have my wife be able to view it on her desktop, on her computer, on anything, that is more important than, to me, what is coming out. So, like I said, it's not for everybody, but if you would like to have RTSP, again, that video is here. If you don't want RTSP and you accidentally or found out like me that it wasn't what you thought it was, that's what this video was for. So I hope you learned something. I hope you understand now that there are 2 different versions, 2 different firmwares. RTSP, which will basically allow you to have RTSP and that's it. No new features coming out, nothing like that. That's its own standalone. And then there's this main firmware that gets all the fancy updates and all the new cool features, just doesn't have RTSP. So I hope you learned something. Again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Josh. This has been the Gross Tech Show. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.